Would you like to discover a unique Halloween celebration in the early 1900s? Did you know that Halloween from the late 1800s into early 1900s was very much based around love, future predictions, and spiritual movements? Today, we will take a journey through time to explore the rich heritage and stories behind the iconic piece of history called the Poe House in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm Ute Beltate, your host with American Dream TV. The Poe House is nestled in the historic heart of Fayetteville, North Carolina. It offers guests a chance to step back into the life of early 20th century to get a glimpse of back then cultural norms, traditions, and poetry. Today, we will discover a unique Halloween celebration where history and theater intertwine. Let's go and meet the coordinator of the Poe House, Victoria Peck. I'm here with Victoria Peck. Victoria, thank you so much for having us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here.
Victoria, can you please tell us more about the history of the house and its connections to the Poe family?
So this is the 1897 Poe House, and as the name dictates, it was built in 1897. The architect of the home is a man named Ruffin Vaughn. This is the house that belonged to E.A. Poe of Fayetteville. Now, E.A. Poe, he was a brick maker here. The foundation of this home is Mr. Poe's bricks. Mr. Poe had this house built as his family was expanding. Mr. Poe and his wife, Josephine Poe, they had 8 children together.
Is someone currently residing in the house? And who is taking responsibility for the upkeep of the house?
Well, no one lives in this house currently. This house is all owned by the state of North Carolina. And this is all thanks to the last owner of the home. The last of the Poes, her name was Miss Lillie Poe, and she was one of the daughters of the Mr. and Mrs. Poe. She lived and owned this house into the 1980s. It wasn't until about 1986, while the museum next door was being built, that she's realizing she's going to be in not good condition to upkeep the house. She never married. She never had any children of her own. She didn't have anyone to pass along the house to. So for its own preservation, that's when she came up with the idea of selling the home to the state to be run as a historic house museum. So it's all taken care of by the state and museum staff.
A lot of events scheduled throughout the year at the Poe House. One of the ones that we'll cover today is called a unique Halloween celebration. Can you talk a little bit more about that event for this evening?
So the event we have coming up is our Halloween Revels. And so this is a yearly tradition that has been done for over a decade here at the Poe House. And it combines theater with historical research, and it all takes place as a night tour through the Poe House. Halloween wasn't as much of a scary, haunted holiday as it was back. And now, as we think of it now, it was more about young people trying to figure out who their future partners may be. Through the Halloween Revels in the play, our actors will recreate some of these scenes and play some of these games that people used to play back in the 1800s when celebrating Halloween.
We're so excited to feature this. Thank you so much. The Poe House, with its storied past and cultural significance, remains a vital part of the community. Events like these help keep its legacy alive, allowing new generations to appreciate and learn from its historical treasures. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'm your host, Ute Beltate, and I cannot wait for you to join me on my next adventure right here on American Dream TV.